Come on, there's more. Hope that's the last one.
Silence! Let the prince speak.
My dear I thought I had made myself clear.
Me too. I told you there would be consequences.
Destroying one of my closest advisors. What did you expect?
Do what you gotta do.
I see. Lewis, you are charged with the murder of Sir Pro Bono, Prince of Gloucester and Knight of my house. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Silence!
How could you dare attack one of my knights?
He had it coming.
If that's your defense. Hilda! Come here.
My prince.
Hilda McAndrews. Were you aware that your child was conspiring to assassinate one of my generals?
No, I was unaware of that. But I'm sure that she regrets her actions.
What? No!
This entire incident has shaken her to the core. She wasn't herself. I know nothing can make up for what she did, but I assure you it won't happen again. You have my word.
Your word. How nice. I'm sorry, but I cannot allow such a brazen act of rebellion to go unpunished. But I have heard your plea. MM's unlife will be spared.
You're too kind.
But you will pay for her error.
Excuse me?
Gentlemen, seize her
What?
and brand
No!
Hilda
What the hell are you
McAndrews
doing? Let her go!
for the insubordination
I did
of
it.
your
I'm
child.
the one who destroyed him!
I hereby sentence you to forever bear the mark of her crime.
You can't! It was me!
I remember my rage and my horror when they grabbed Hilda. He took everything from me. Even my revenge.
What they did. How could I have forgotten that?
My head.
What the? Shit! Clyde, get Deneb. She got out!
What? How on earth could
No
she?
time for that. Go get him!
Out. I'm out?
Ugh, who cares about Deneb? Do you think Iverson gave a shit when she offed all our guys?
Huh? Wait, Iverson, are you talking about the party? It wasn't us.
And now she's awake. Great.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Don't fall for her act. She came here to destroy us. Don't forget it.
What are they talking about? I'm not here to... We thought you were behind the attack. We...
Just can it? You can stop the little dance routine already? It's not gonna work on us. So spit it out. Why did your bitch of a prince betray us?
She didn't. This is so backwards.
You're gonna pay for her treachery. You get that? None of you are going to get away with this.
That's enough.
But Deneb.
I said enough. Miss Lewis, I presume.
Osborne. At last.
Well, you certainly are resourceful. Few people are able to escape from memory traps without assistance. Though I doubt you were able to escape with your memory unscathed.
What are you trying to tell me?
I do hope for your sake that you have recovered all of your memories. Otherwise, they're gone. The process is more or less irreversible.
You've got to be joking.
I'm afraid not. Let's put the matter behind us. Now that you're here and conscious, we'll be able to talk.
Why did you lock me up?
You represented a threat.
A threat? I just wanted to talk to you.
And why, pray tell? To explain the reasons for your prince's betrayal?
The prince is on edge. She thought you might have been behind the attack.
But seeing your reaction, I'm guessing you're not.
You're putting me in a somewhat awkward position. I would like to take you at your word, but that would mean putting what's left of my men in danger. If you're telling the truth, you're going to have to prove it.
Honestly, if I wanted to finish the job, do you seriously think I would have come all by myself?
Point well taken. Go on. I'm listening.
You have to believe me. We're not responsible for the attack at the party.
The prince will be relieved to know that you're all safe and sound.
If only that much were true. Many of our brethren were in attendance at that accursed reception.
You need a reason for my presence. The prince is worried about you. That's why I've been sent, to make sure you're safe.
Very well, my dear. I would like to believe that you're not here to finish the job, as they say. However, the idea that your prince sent you to help us? Iverson may be many things, but she is most certainly not sentimental.
You're right. That isn't the only reason I was sent.
Just why are you here, then?
For our alliance.
I know these times are tough, but the prince wants to make sure our agreement still stands.
What agreement?
What do you mean, what agreement? The union you were supposed to celebrate at the party.
Be more specific. What were the particulars?
I'm not sure I understand. You know exactly what it was about. Why are you asking me?
I want to know if I can trust you. Or if you're trying to pull one over on me with your eloquence. So please continue.
The agreement detailed regulation of the blood market in both of our cities. From what I understand, you're pretty good at stabilizing blood, and we've got humors covered with Dr. Dunham. Our terms agreed to combine Boston's Malkavian expertise with your Chantry's know-how to produce a better quality blood. But all is still in the planning stage. Nothing set in stone as of yet.
Very well. I see you've done your homework. That's somewhat reassuring. I was afraid I would have to negotiate with an amateur.
Negotiate? I'm here to reaffirm our alliance, Mr. Osborn, not redefine it.
Oh, that's rather unfortunate. I'm sorry, my dear, but I won't be able to validate the agreement. Not without a reevaluation of the terms. Look around you. This room used to be teeming with devoted kindred. We lost 3/4 of our people. Hartford has taken serious risks. In all regards, risks that are not on par with your prince's commitments. We demand compensation.
I see.
You seem to know the terms of the alliance like the back of your hand. You're more than qualified to participate in these negotiations.
With all due respect, I don't think...
Enough small talk. What is your prince willing to give us to salvage this alliance and right the wrongs she's caused us?
Hazel would be willing to part with a sizable sum of cash.
Do you seriously think we're interested in your money? Who do you take us for? We were looking for handouts?
No, of course not. Forget about it. All right?
I could get you a place on the Primogen Council.
No, no. Say no more. I appreciate your gesture, but I already have a seat on the Primogen Council.
What?
You heard me right. Iverson already promised me a place in the Primogen. It would appear that your prince has a rather generous hand in her distribution of seats.
Finally, something we can agree on.
I've heard enough. There's no point in wasting any more time. If Iverson has no intention of reconsidering our agreement, we might as well cut this conversation short. We refuse to discuss any plans for an alliance until we have received reparations.
Mr. Osborne, please. The Boston court is in shambles. If you would just wait a few days, the prince could—
I'm done waiting for anything. I gave you a chance to right your prince's wrongs. You wasted it. Now it's too late. We're leaving, and so should you.
Deneb, please. You can't just walk away.
Yes, I can. If you look closely, you'll see that I'm already doing it. Now go. Go back to your prince. Present our terms. And make it clear that we will be opposed to unification until she reconsiders our arrangement. This conversation is over. Mr. Moses, please help Miss Lewis find her way out.
Nice badge. in the elevator. I'm gonna go wait for forensics.
Okay. Let me know
Oh,
when they get here.
excuse me.
Message from the sheriff. Prince asked more for 5 reports. If I can't bring back their author, I must bring back the reports at least. I'll know them when I see them. Special Agent Smith.
The FBI! Finally, some backup. Lieutenant's expecting you. Straight ahead. Watch out for the bloodstains. Forensics hasn't been through here yet.
Got it. That's not a good sign. The victim lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Hmm.
Don't worry. I'll finish here and then I'm on my way. Free. You're gonna be okay.
Lieutenant Anderson, I'm in charge of the investigation.
Special Agent Smith, FBI.
Really? Smith? Is that some kind of joke?
No, why?
Let it go. Never mind. I'll give you the DL. We got a call from the caretaker around 2:15. He told us that one of his residents was brought in with an injury carried by his bodyguards. We sent a squad car that got here around 2:45.
Is the caretaker still here?
He's in the living room. But I don't think you'll be able to get anything useful out of him. Poor guy's in shock.
Who was the first person on the scene?
That would be Baker. He's somewhere around here. It shouldn't be hard to find him.
Okay, then what?
When they stepped inside, the guys came face to face with that.
Do we know who the victim is?
Yeah, he had his ID on him. It's the owner, a guy named Jason Moore. I don't know who this guy pissed off, but things didn't work out too well for him.
Did you secure all the exits and entrances to the building?
Yes, we've got men on the ground floor and in the parking garage.
How do you get to the parking garage?
You'll have to ask the caretaker. He's the one who took my men down there.
Do we know if he had a family?
Yeah, a wife and an 8-year-old daughter. The wife, Lydia Moore, 34 years old, architect, dual citizen of Costa Rica and the US, no criminal record. Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of her. The daughter, June. We've looked and she's not here either.
What have you got on Moore?
He was an asset manager. But if you ask me, he was involved in some shady stuff that we're sure to find out about. It's not every day that an accountant gets his head chopped off.
Where are the bodyguards?
We haven't found anyone yet.
Go on.
We're still looking for the head. We're waiting on forensics for everything else, but they're busy with another case.
What case?
You haven't heard? At one international place. They say it was a real bloodbath. So, you're here to take over the case?
No. I'm working on something else. Moore's name popped up in one of our investigations, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, I'll let my team know. Agent Smith from the FBI is here. We're still in charge of the investigation, so please cooperate with
He was
him.
decapitated. It was a pretty clean cut.
Sorry, I'm busy.
One of the weapons is missing. There's a retainer here somewhere. Moore's driver's license. They wanted to bring a little vacation back home. It seems like gardening is a real passion for Lydia. Not sure Jason shares your enthusiasm.
Come on. It'll pass. Don't worry.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little faint.
I was expecting it, but then... give me a minute, and I'll head back.
The sight of blood. We've all been there, haven't we?
No. Ugh, what a stench. Looks like Lydia's planner. The apartment has changed since my last visit. I have to question him.
He's still freaked out. I don't think it's the right time.
Somebody slept here. A real jungle in the heart of Boston. A truly peaceful oasis. Why were you looking for peace, Jason? I warned you, Jason. God, did I warn you? We destroy all that we touch. Jason, Lydia, and June. A little family all together. And in large format. June, who looks more like Jason than Lydia. Jason, proud of his family and his success. Lydia, radiant and beaming. His MIT class ring, right where you can't miss it.
Interesting.
Mr. Adams?
No. This can't be happening. What a nightmare. So much blood.
I've got a few questions.
I tried to help him. I told him we should call 911. I told him.
Sir, listen to me. It's all right. Calm down. You're safe and you did the right thing.
I did the right thing.
I need you to answer a few questions for me.
Yes, of course. What do you want to know?
Did you know Mr. Moore well?
We weren't friends, if that's what you're asking. But we got to know each other. With time. He was a creature of habit. Since he worked late, he would often ask me for things at night. A newspaper, batteries, ice. I think he asked me for just about everything. I prided myself on always being able to get what he needed, no matter what time it was. You'd have thought he pretty much lived after dark.
Like his clients. Did Mr. Moore have many visitors?
For a man with his status, it was nothing surprising. But, well...
Yes?
His visitors mostly came in the middle of the night. I must admit, that's a little unusual.
That's what working for us is like.
He told me he had a lot of foreign clients, and he had to juggle different time zones. That's what working from home is like. He had colleagues over for late-night meetings, too. But since little June was born, not as many people came around.
That was wise. Without any disrespect to the deceased, were you aware of any extramarital affairs he may have had?
Mr. Moore was a good man. He would never have disrespected his wife, or even contemplated it, I'm sure.
She could have been okay with it. There were no young women coming and going.
That's a very inappropriate question. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Did he have any enemies that you were aware of?
No. He was a very respectable man. No bad company or anything.
Except for us. Do you know his bodyguards?
Yeah, there's Jack, James, and Wu. But you won't hear me singing their praises.
Why not?
Oh, they're good at strutting around and acting tough when everything is going well. But where were they tonight? Can you tell me that? That was their job, right? They were paid to protect him.
Do you have any idea where they might have gone?
No. But believe you me, if I ever see them again, I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind.
Do you know his wife?
Mrs. Moore is a model resident. She always has something nice to say to the staff. And is the first to welcome new neighbors, too. A true lady.
Do you think she could have been having an affair?
She's a very respectable woman who loves her husband very much. I don't know what sick kind of world you live in.
And you would certainly not like to find out.
They had their ups and downs, just like any couple. The staff had noticed that she went to Costa Rica fairly often without her husband.
Was she thinking of leaving him?
Not at all. Just the opposite. She begged him to spend more time with her and their daughter.
Do you know where she is?
Mr. Moore told me she'd gone to their home in Costa Rica. She goes there pretty often. She's an architect, and she likes to work in her home country. She has family there.
Do you think anyone could have been so angry with her that they could have taken it out on her husband?
Oh, no. I don't think so. It's true that lots of people could have been jealous of her. But not to that point.
I imagine the girl left with her mother?
Not at all. It was the start of the school year, and Mrs. Moore left 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since Monday, when Mr. Moore took her to school on the first day. She must be staying with a friend. Poor little thing. Thank heaven she wasn't here.
Tell me about the evening again, please. What happened tonight?
Mr. Moore left with his 3 bodyguards earlier in the evening. One of them got in the car, and Mr. Moore came down around midnight.
And then?
They came back around 2 a.m. Mr. Moore was limping. He was leaning on one of his bodyguards, and he was bleeding.
Was he injured?
I told him I could call an ambulance or a doctor, but he didn't answer. I went closer to insist, but Wu told me they were in control of the situation, that it was no big deal. They went upstairs, and I saw drops of blood in front of the elevator. I told myself they were being unreasonable. What did those 2 goons know about it? So I called Mr. Moore on the internal line. Several times.
Did he pick up?
Not once. So I went upstairs and rang the doorbell. But nobody answered. So I went back down to the front desk and I called you.
The lieutenant told me there was an access to the basement.
Yes, using the service elevator through the kitchen. You need a magnetic pass to use it. I gave the spare to your colleagues who wanted to go down there. I still have the original. Do you want it?
Please. Thank you for your statement.
You have to find out who did this, officer. Justice needs to be done for him. And for his family.
And we need to find out who's messing with us. That's what we're here for. You can count on us. Stick around in case we have more questions.
Any news, guys? All right, no problem.
The ghoul who was searching here was looking for something specific. Ugh, what a mess. Nobody told me there would be a retainer here. What are you playing at?
Oh, I beg your pardon?
Don't mess with me. Who are you?
Calm down, Mr. Bazori. I meant no disrespect. I work for the council.
Why would the council have sent her without warning me?
Most of the time, they send me to clean up.
Are you behind this?
No, I got here after it happened.
What's that file you've got?
Oh, an account file. Have it. Here you go.
Okay. Let's see how much she knows. All right. What have you found?
Oh, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not really allowed to talk about my missions.
I don't have time for this. Give me what you have.
What I've got. Of course, sir. Here. That's everything.
You made the right choice. Tell me exactly what they asked you to do.
I got a message at 2:20 telling me to go to this address. I was supposed to pick up more and some financial documents. After that, I was supposed to wait for further instructions.
Read the message you received.
Target, Jason Moore. Address, 200 Clarendon Street, top floor. Exfiltrate target if possible. Otherwise, final elimination. Destroy Catapulted's files. Complete mission for further instructions.
If I had gotten to Moore before you did...
I would have had to take him out.
Well, you could have tried. Well...
I hope I'm not going to have any trouble.
Do what you have to do. I'll talk to the prince about it later.
Very well, Mr. Bazori.